Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 NFC Championship postgame show. I'm also going to update you on the AFC Championship going on right now. But first, we're going to start with the NFC Championship game, and the Super Bowl is half set. The Boy, what a day for the Eagles, and what a day for Saquon Barkley. And boy, what a day for Saquon Barkley dashed 60 yards for a touchdown on Philadelphia's first play and finished with 118 yards and three scores. Jalen Hurst rushed for three TDs, and the Eagles soared into the Super Bowl with demolishing uh, 55-23 win over the Washington Commanders today in the NFC Championship game. Hurts and the Eagles are in the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 seasons, and this time Barkley is along for the ride. The Eagles will play either the host of the AFC Championship game, either the Buffalo Bills or former Eagles coach Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to downplay it in my head, but it's just amazing, man. It's amazing. We're here. The Super Bowl, Barkley said. But the goal wasn't just getting there. The goal is to win. And we're going to celebrate and enjoy this and get right back to work. Uh, the 55 points the most any team has scored in a conference championship game since the 1970 merger. Hurts wearing a brace on his left knee also threw for 246 yards, excuse me, and and a touchdown pass. And the Eagles had a towel waving crowd in the frenzy for the NFC Championship game at Lincoln Financial Field. Uh, and how about our quarterback? And how about our quarterback? How about our quarterback? He's a stud. Eagles coach Nick Sirianni said, "I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does is win." Uh, and uh, and AJ Brown caught six passes for 96 yards and a touchdown, and the Eagles scored a season high in points to usher the franchise into their fifth Super Bowl. The Commanders played a role in getting to the NFC title game to Philly with two straight road wins, including last week's stunner at number one seed Detroit that set the stage for the second seed Eagles to host. Jalen Daniels threw for 255 yards with one touchdown, one interception, and fell short in his bid to become the first rookie quarterback to lead his team to the Super Bowl. The Commanders were doomed by four turnovers, including a lost fumble by Austin Elliker in the third quarter, and the Commanders down 34-23. We believe that we belonged here, Daniels said. It was just another game for me. That's how I treated it. The Eagles won their only Super Bowl in the 2017 season, and Nick Foles, the QB in that game against New England, was the honorary captain. The Eagles cut to their other stars from that game in attendance on the big screen, and now 2 years after the Eagles lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, the franchise has a chance to win their second one. Much as he has all season, Barkley led the way for the Eagles. After the Commanders opened the game with an 18-yard play drive on a field goal that quieted a uh, 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 reckless crowd. Barkley whipped the fans that included actor Bradley Cooper into a frenzy on the Eagles' first offensive play from scrimmage. Only the ninth running back to rush for 2,000 yards in a season. Barkley took the pitch from Hurts and cut left, spun around in a pair of defenders, and took off on the touchdown run. The Eagles recovered a fumble on the next drive, and Barkley added a 4-yard run, making him 2 for 2 on carries and touchdowns for a 14-3 lead. Including the playoffs, Barkley's extended an NFL record Sunday with his 7th rushing touchdown of 60-plus yards in a season. Daniels, who led the Commanders to 6 consecutive victories, made his share of big plays that included a 36-yard touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin that pulled them to 14-12. I had a lot of confidence in what we do and how we would play, Commanders coach Dan Quinn said. Hurts also hurt his knee when he was sacked last week by the Rams and had his best game yet in a postseason where the Eagles played all 3 games at home. He's closed the first half with a tush-push 1-yard touchdown and threw a 4-yard scoring pass to Brown to send the Eagles into halftime with a 27-15 lead. Hurts secured the Super Bowl berth with a tush-push touchdown in the fourth quarter after a humorous moment when an official said he'd award the Eagles a touchdown if Washington didn't stop jumping offside, and his 9th career postseason rushing score gave them a 42-23 lead. Small amounts of green confetti started to fly from the upper deck at that point. The countdown was officially on for the Super Bowl. The Commanders, desperate to gasp another late comeback win, ended with a thud when Nolan Smith sacked Daniels on 4th down in the fourth quarter. Will Shipley gave Barkley a needed breather in the blowout and punched in a 2-yard touchdown run for a 55-23 lead. And the EAGLES Eagles chants began in earnest, and it's sure to ring loud in New Orleans. Eagles Pro Bowl center Cam Jurgens was active and played through a back injury. Guard Landon Dickerson suffered a knee injury. Running back Kenneth Gainwell was evaluated for a concussion suffered in the third quarter. And the Eagles will head to New Orleans on February 9th in the matchup against the AFC champion, which will be either Buffalo or Kansas City. So right now, I've got to give the game balls to the Philadelphia Eagles. I took Washington and I lost on that one, so that was hopefully I can win on this one. We'll see. Jalen Hurts 20 and 28 carries and attempts, 246 yards, 1 touchdown. Saquon Barkley 15 attempts, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. What a day for Barkley. And A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 96 yards, and 1 touchdown. So, for the Eagles, they're on their way to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. And the offseason awaits the Commanders. They await to start their offseason. So, but just what a day for both Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. And right now in the AFC Championship game, it's 21-16 KC, third quarter. It's a third and fourth. The KC 49 Chiefs have the ball. And I've got Buffalo for this one, and they trail by 4. Hopefully they can score these last 2 quarters and get the win unless KC prevails these last two quarters. But it has been an interesting first half. I'm going to update you on it right now. Uh, First quarter, the Bills had to punt after going 3-and-out, 3 plays, 4 yards. And then the Chiefs scored their first touchdown of the game. Kareem Hunt left guard for the 12-yard touchdown. Butker's extra point is good, and it was 7-0 Chiefs. The Bills wanted to score a touchdown. They got in the field goal range, had to set up for that. Bass's 53-yard field goal is good, and it was 7-3 Chiefs. And then the Chiefs had a fumble. They fumbled. There was a 2nd and 2 at the Buffalo 28. Mahomes to the Buffalo 28 for -5-yard fumbles, recovered by Buffalo's Oliver at the Buffalo 28. And it was 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. And then the Bills scored their first touchdown of the game. And it was James Cook, left end for the 6-yard touchdown. Bass's extra point was good. And Bolton was injured during that play. And it was 10-7 Buffalo. But then the Chiefs answered with their second touchdown of the game. 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 11. Patrick Mahomes passed short left to Xavier Worthy for the 11-yard touchdown. Harrison Butker's extra point is good. 14-10 KC. The Bills had to punt after going 3-and-out. 6 plays, 34 yards. And then the Chiefs scored their third touchdown of the game. And it was 3rd-and-goal at the Buffalo 1. Patrick Mahomes scrambles right in for the 1-yard touchdown. And for Buffalo, there was a penalty on him. Phillips, unnecessary roughness, 8 yards and force between downs. And then Harrison Butker's extra point was good. 21-10 Kansas City. And then Buffalo came right back and scored their second touchdown of the game. And it was Josh Allen pass short deep left to Hollins for a 34-yard touchdown. And then Bass's extra point was good. But then there was a penalty on Kansas City. Reed, a defensive offside, 1 yard and force at the KC 15, no play. But then they had to do a 2-point conversion and it failed. Samuel rushes right guard and the attempt failed. 21-16 Baltimore. And then it was Patrick Mahomes kneels at the KC for the 21. At the KC 21 for -1 yard. And it was 21-16 at halftime. KC had to punt after going 3-and-out, 8 plays, 33 yards. And right now, the Bills have the ball. And there was just one play. And having a little problem here. And there was one play. The Bills have the ball. It's a 1st and 10 at the Buffalo. At the Buffalo, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. But there was one play for no yards, so I guess it was a no gain. I don't know, but there's 10:01 left to go in the third quarter, and it's 21-16 Bills. Excuse me. It's 21-16 Chiefs. Excuse me, and the Bills still trail by 4, and I'm hoping they're going to score. So we shall see. And as you know, The winner of this game will take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59. So we'll see. We'll see what prevails, and will it be the Bills to win, or will the Chiefs be in search of a three-peat and another Lombardi Trophy? So we will find out in a matter of minutes. We will. When after these last two quarters, we will know who will be in Super Bowl 59 along with the Philadelphia Eagles. So, so let's give. I'm hoping for Buffalo, and we shall see. So, excuse me. And but right now, this is where we stand. 21-16 Buffalo. 2nd and 5 at the Buffalo. I don't know where it's at, but I think we're gonna when it comes back on the screen here. It's a 1st and 10 at the Buffalo. It was 2 plays, 5 yards. It was a 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 20. Anderson, James Cook up the middle to the Buffalo 25 for 5 yards, and it was a 5 yard gain. And now we have 2nd and 5 at the Buffalo 25. James Cook left end pushed out of bounds to the KC 42 for 33 yards. So that's where we stand, and we will know who will win this after this third quarter and the fourth quarter, who will join the Eagles in Super Bowl 59. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 NFC Championship postgame show and AFC Championship game update show. And I'll be back with the AFC Championship postgame show once the game between the Chiefs and Bills has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.